Hey everyone, welcome back to part 10 of Ghoul Warper. We're trying to finish out the final round of the Crawl Sudden Death Challenges Tournament. We've cleared all of depths now, and that's after getting 5 runes. So we've now got some choices ahead of us, although let's have a quick look at the standings. Currently sitting in 3rd place on 87 points, with 1 more point from either winning the game or clearing Tomb. We'll go to 88 and we'll be beating Pedrotolo with tiebreakers. With a win and the Tomb Rune, we'll pop up above Hellmonk there, who's currently leading, and into 1st. So that's what we'll be trying to do here. I've been thinking, would I rather go into Zot now and clear that, or would I rather go to Tomb? And it's also occurred to me that we could go clear out the Festival of Hell. That wouldn't be too scary either. And I think what I've decided is that on average, with the exception of Zot 5, Zot is probably safer than Tomb is, even for a ghoul who's Torment immune. So the plan is going to be that we'll clear Zot 1 to 4. At some point we'll do the Festival of Hell, maybe even now. But anyway, Zot 1 to 4, then Tomb, then we'll come back for Zot 5. I guess we'll go do the Festival now. We'll go have a look at it, especially if it's one that we can dig in, it should be fairly safe. It is indeed one we can dig in, so we're just going to quickly run to the wall, dig a kill hole, and we're just going to sit in here and fight stuff one at a time. Okay, so this is just free experience. Like, I'm not expecting to get loot or something. It's not a huge amount of experience, but we sacrificed our aptitudes. So considering all our crappy -2 aptitudes that we've been slowly training over the game, every little bit of experience helps. And I mean, we're trying to win the tournament, so I should be going for the optimal play, even if it's taking us longer. Alright, I was about to say, and we can claim the Horn of GhWr, and then I just remembered, we sacrificed love, so the Horn of GhWr would not be useful in any way, because it would just summon hostile hell beasts. Oops, not that way, this way. It's kind of crappy fighting a long line of enemies like this, that with Ghoul, we don't regenerate when monsters are visible. So we're doing all this, we're slowly losing our HP and not really gaining it back, but I don't know, it's not a huge deal. If it comes to it, I'll just quaff some of our 9 heal wounds potions, or we've also got draw out power, of course, to heal a bit as well. Alright, let me just mute the sound here. Sorry, I was coughing. Why is there a mummy priest in hell? Is this a portent of things to come when we go to do Tomb? That's not a hell enemy. Oh wait, hell rats make corpses that we can eat to heal. Yes. Oh, only one of them made a corpse. Here we go. Oh, a second one. Nice. We're healing. OP. Ghoul's so strong, you can eat the hell rats when you're in hell to heal wounds. The Hellion's scary. I should leave the Quicksilver Dragon zombie alive because the Hellion's not going to want to shoot it because it's going to be its friend. See? And then I'll kill the Hellion first. It's a nice strat. Keep things like skeletons and zombies near you so that other enemies don't want to hellfire them. I didn't check our experience beforehand. I doubt this really upped our aptitudes much, but every little bit helps, right? So does that mean we're gonna go do Pan? we'll do some Hell. We'll run around on Tartarus 1. No, we won't, because Tartarus has Tsutsumi and they dispel undead, so we're definitely not doing that one. We'll go run around in Gehenna for a bit. We'll farm experience. No, we won't. We'll go do Zot 1 to 4. That's what we'll do. And as long as I remember that we don't want to pick up the orb yet, so we don't have to do Orb Run Tomb. I think Zot 1 to 4 shouldn't be too bad. You're unlikely to meet Orbs of Fire out here. I mean, it happens sometimes, but you're unlikely. We have 3 potions of Invis against the Draconians if we need them. And any cursed toes that we meet, we're immune to their torment. So, and I mean, we've done 5 runes worth of experience already, so our character's pretty strong. Oh, we got the annoying floor where all the Draconians are in little chambers. Okay, oh, it's not the one I was thinking of, but this is a big vault, and actually we should be using our magic mapping here in Zot. Yeah, it's a big vault full of Draconians. It has all 3 downstairs in there. Let's see if some of them figure out how to make it to us. This would be a pretty good time for Apocalypse, but I think we actually just don't really care about the Draconians much. Unless they just nail us over and over again with Dispelling Energy. That one hurts. So I'm prioritizing the purple ones. I don't really care about the green Draconian. The green Draconian, because we're immune to poison, and he's just poisoning his friends anyway. I don't want to discourage that. Oh, the other nice thing is that we should be on the lookout for magical cloaks, because we've just got a +1 cloak. If we could get a cloak of Invis, or even just a cloak of magic resistance would be really nice. So then we could have 4 pips of MR at all times. Or we could find Tiamat and get the dragon skin cloak. I wouldn't say no to that. Onwards. I noticed we have an enchant armor scroll. The only thing that we can enchant is the +1 cloak. I'd rather hold out and try to find a magical one here. I mean, yeah. MR is always, sorry, AC is always important. But it's not that important in Tomb. It doesn't help you at all with Smite, which is the main danger to us. That and Bennu Holy Wrath attacks, I guess. But anyway, Smite completely ignores AC. So, I don't know. There's no particular hurry to enchant that up. I didn't see what type is the Invis one there. Okay, never mind. Rue's got our backs by cornering him. Excuse me. Yeah, I knew it. Even with a million shield, the Death Cobs still always want to slow you. Hey, it's man. He died in week 2 or 3 of this tournament and then rage quit. Oh, sweet, we got a express vault. We can magic map from inside of here. Let's check there's nothing too crazy out there. It's really nice for our orb run, but I think we're not going to... We don't really need to skip Zot 3. We want all the experience we can get before we go do tomb. Oh, okay, well we just met our first orb of fire. So saying we're unlikely to meet these guys here, but sometimes it happens. Here's one. Okay, first thing we want to do is probably put on extra RF. So we're going to switch to our ring of RF in +3 instead of... Oh, apparently we're wearing resist corrosion. Why am I wearing that? Oh, because we're fighting strikes. Okay, so that was dumb. Alright, well let's put that bad boy on. Then we're going to... So how about that Golden Rune? Yeah, so we're planning Zot 1 to 4. Anyway, so we've got extra RF. We could quaff another resistance to get full RF, but I don't think we need it against one orb of fire. We could also haste. We have 9 of those, which is probably more than enough for the rest of the game. But I think what I'm going to do here is just Apocalypse, and then just see if maybe he's nearly dead, if he's paralyzed or something like that. He is indeed paralyzed, so we'll just go hit him. Nice. Pretty easy. I don't want to acknowledge the odds looking good for a win here, because I feel like that would jinx it, and I also don't want to get cocky. But yeah, that Orb of Fire fight went pretty well there. Let's put +3 evasion back on instead of... Actually, why don't we just kill the Quicksilver Dragon? Because Dispelling Bolt hurts. We can't block it. I think that ignores your AC as well. And we have no dodging, so it's going to hit us pretty much every time. Yeah, we've done it. So we'll switch to the RF ring if we meet more Orbs of Fire. Man, all the specs are turning up. I want to see the end of this one. We'll have to see how Tomb goes. I don't know if this will be the last episode or not. Maybe. That was Scrolls of Vulnerability. Okay. Since we have so many digging ones, I feel like I'm being silly and cocky just not to dig a kill hole against those Draconians. Safer just to be able to fight them one at a time, even if the Draconians aren't really that threatening. I'm gonna need another cough break, hang on. Well, the nice thing about having to record all of these episodes at one go and getting the sudden death tournament over with is that I'll be able to have a break for a little bit and get over this terrible flu. That's the tournament having a hard time limit on it. If I were just playing normally, I would have just taken a few days off, gotten better, but yeah, no choice. No choice if I wanted to bring this to you, and I don't know. I'm glad I have, it's been fun, and maybe we'll yet win. I'm just, I haven't been checking, so the the main worry I have is one of these times where I've muted the sound to cough. I didn't actually do it, and then so you've got sound of me horribly coughing my lungs out. I don't know, I hope that hasn't happened. Cursed Staff of Death. Oh dear, that I feel like that is a bad omen. Maybe I shouldn't have picked that one up. Bam, 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 bam. Slamming that tab key. We got one more floor of Zot. This Zot 1 to 4 has been pretty straightforward so far, even with the one Orb of Fire that we met. I think this has a bunch of lava and deep water alternating, maybe. I don't think it's too scary though. I think if anything it just has dragons in it. Although I really wouldn't mind meeting Tiamat so that we could steal her cloak and get a bunch more AC. And I'm feeling that digging through here might be nice. So we can potentially come up this stair, run across here to this hatch, and go up that one. We're being watched. Let's check it out. Not bad. So if we came up here, where would the upstairs be? It'd be all the way up there. Maybe that wouldn't be so good. Although, these are stone, so we can just... Oh wait, we can't dig through that. Never mind. Okay, don't worry. Hatch down. You want to take a hatch down to Zot 5? I strongly recommend against that one. We have a ruined cloak, I've just noticed. It's just +1. Okay, it might be a fashion upgrade, so we will be checking that in a sec here. Let's back up though, so that we know the Draconians aren't still coming. The purple over the green, sort of like a greeny browny color. I think we'll go with the purple. I like that better. Bit more showy. I mean, if we are going to win this thing, we want to be looking good while we do it. Let's kill her. Alright, Zot 4 done. Okay, so that was pretty easy. Zot 5 I expect will be more difficult than that. Zot 5 always is. So rather than do Zot 5 and then leave the orb and go do Tomb, I think we'll go head to Tomb now. Alright. Alright. I mean, okay, so we're Torment immune. That's great. But Tomb is still really scary. Where did these Draconians come from? I thought we cleared this floor. Any more? Yeah, we're hearing roars. There are more around. Tiamat? No. There's no such thing as an easy tomb. And even for Torment immune undead characters, there's still always Bennu. I watched Ibering do Tomb and I helped him through it, and he had about 10,000 Bennus in his tomb. It was really terrifying. Alright, so nothing to do except head down to the ambush vault. LRD blowing up walls is no longer a thing, so we can't skip this. We could raid a bunch of teleports and try to just land up in here. We also could go put on a cursed ring of teleportation, and that pulls you to enemies. So we could just put that on and be pulled in here. But that's kind of scary. We can be right in the middle, surrounded on all sides by mummies. And I mean, then we could probably teleport out. Is that safer? I don't know. I don't think it's safer to have a cursed teleportation on to be pulled in here than it is to just go down here and do the ambush vault. Is that true? I don't know, it's kind of a big brain play to go put teleportation on and be pulled in, but I can just see that going really wrong. Especially around the beginning and the end of this hallway bit, you get big groups of greater mummies. Yeah, and the thing is, alright, yeah, this is the thing that's going to sway me to not do it, is even if I do that, because this is a completely symmetrical map here, I have no way of telling which one goes to the Tomb 2 ambush and which side skips it. So even after all that danger of being teleported in here, we'd still only have a 50-50 shot of skipping it, so I'm not going to worry. Okay, Tomb 2 Ambush Vault, pretty spooky. The way that we're going to do it is by buffing up. So we're gonna quaff Agi. Am I gonna quaff Agi? We've only got one more, that's okay. Yeah, we're gonna quaff Agi doesn't really matter too much in Tomb because you're not really trying to dodge attacks. I mean it is also increasing your accuracy, but whatever. We've only got 2. There is another one we could buy, so we technically have 3, but that's still not a big deal. Where is that one? It's not in a shop. Is there a ghost that I didn't kill? Apparently I opened that ghost vault and then I never took the loot out of it. Why did I do that? That's crazy. Okay, well, some of you might have been screaming at me the whole game about that, but there you go. We got that Agi potion. Let's go back to Tomb. What the hell? Some bees. Well, we get our flesh back. That's nice. Alright, so we have more Agi. I still think we don't need it. I would like to might though. So we're going to might, we're going to haste, we're going to read a teleport, and then we're going to go down. So the way that this works is you get dropped in the middle of the floor. You're surrounded by a bunch of mummies and other things running at you from all sides. Your teleport can do one or two things. One, you might get super lucky and you just completely skip the whole of the ambush area and you skip this whole upper corridor. Or it might also just get you near the edge of the map or near one of the rooms. So you can fight it in a place that isn't right in the middle, surrounded on all sides. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We'll go might. We'll go haste. We'll read the teleport, which is that one. And then we'll go down. Really go through the escape hatch. Yup, see how we're surrounded on all sides. This kind of looks like a pretty good apocalypse, although these are just death scarabs, so it's not that good. The other thing I want to do before the teleport kicks in is to read magic mapping. So the upstairs could be on one of these 4 corners and we don't know which until we map. So we find out it's down here. So let me show you what I was talking about with the teleport. If we land in this area over here, where it's connected to the downstairs, that's the bit you get to after you do the long hallway up here back on Tomb 2. So there's a small chance, but if you're lucky, you end up in there. And you can skip this whole bit. The other thing is that we might not skip that, but just say we end up down here somewhere. We could run inside one of these rooms, and we could just use that to block line of sight. So that's it. We just need our teleport to kick in now. Is there anything else we want to do in the meantime? Not really. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have teleported because we have 10 blink scrolls. I could have just gone blink, blink, just go into the room manually. But I guess we'll wait and see. Please don't slow me. Okay, our surroundings seem different. Oh wow, okay, I just totally teleported into that room. So we skipped it. Alright, there you go. Pro strats, that's why we teleported. Yeah, okay. And then the question is... no, we'll just skip it. Okay, it's all good. So I don't want to go up. This is the stairway leading back up. This will take us back into here. We don't want to go back into there. We want to just completely skip this whole hallway. So instead what we're going to do is just go down to Tomb 3 and do Tomb 3. Too easy. Alright, fantastic. That doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it's great. So yeah, now we have our hatches down. That's going down to Tomb 3. We skip the Tomb 2 ambush. We skip the Tomb 1 hallway. And we just go to do Tomb 3. How am I going to do this? I don't want to read a teleport, although that would be a legit strategy. So, oh, well I can't see Tomb 3 because we haven't been down yet. We're immune to Torment. We have 10 scrolls of blinking. and they'll become useless to us after we do Tomb here and we go back to Zot. So it would be a totally legitimate strategy to just read teleports until we end up somewhere sort of close to the rune, chain together 3 or 4 blinks to grab the rune, teleport until we get back near one of the stairs, and then just blink to the stair and get out again. I don't think that's necessary. I think we can just start off trying to fight it, and then if everything goes to crap, then we can maybe try to teleport away or do something sneaky. But I think what we do is we haste again. In this case, I'm going to Agi because we might be meeting Bennu, and I'm just going to go down without the teleport. And the first thing we're going to do is try to just run into one of these treasure rooms. And then, because we can maybe fight stuff near the stairs here, so we'll just try to set up like a beachhead here in Tomb 3. And if everything's going badly, we can power leap or blink back up to these stairs and then just leave. I want to be killing the mummy priests because those guys can smite us. Oh, here's a Bennu. Okay. So we're hasted, Agi, and Might, so that helps us out. But these guys are super dangerous to your undead Tomb Raider. They are very fast. They claw twice for up to 24 damage, peck for up to 27, and deal extra damage to undead. So it's a Holy Wrath themed attack. They also have 2 lives. So if you try to apocalypse them, you're like, I'm dying to the Bennu, quick apocalypse it. It will then respawn. So we're going to attack him first. They're kind of fragile. So you see they have barely any AC and not huge amounts of EV for this stage of the game. So if you're able to trade punches with them, you will kill them quickly. It's just they also do potentially really fast, really quick amounts of damage to you. Okay, well, we got that pretty well. I mean, we're Might, Agi'd, and Haste, so that shouldn't be too surprising. We still can't hit the Mummy Priest, so we're going to go for the Ushapti, who has a Dispel Undead. Yep, they just nailed us with. Here's our first Greater Mummy up the top there. Well, we'll just keep fighting. We're sort of starting to drop low. I'm half tempted to just drop an Apocalypse and then just walk back to the stair rather than use the Power Leap and go back up, or even the Might. Oh, sorry, even a Blinking Scroll, because we're still Might, Agid, and Hasted. So if we can, I'd like to keep trying to fight here. So let's go Apocalypse. Okay, we killed a bunch of stuff. We didn't get the Greater Mummy though. Let's start running back to the upstair. And we got 9 heal wounds. Let's heal wounds a bit, because if we can just stay here and keep fighting, it's gonna be much better for us. And we're now on the upstairs, so if things get out of hand, I'll just go back up. We're slowed. Do I want to haste again? Not really. Oh, there's another Greater Mummy. I'm gonna read a Fog Scroll. Okay, we're no longer slowed. So, yeah, we'll keep fighting. Oh, there's another Bennu. Is that a real Bennu? Yeah, okay. The Bennu scares me. We lost our Might, we lost our Haste, and we don't have our Rue abilities. So, rather than fight this Bennu like that and a little bit hurt, I'm just going to go back up. Alright, good. So that went pretty well. So the question is, what do we want to do this time? How much RF do we have? Only 1. We don't care about +3 evasion too much in here. I don't like that we've only got 9 decks either. Okay, so I definitely don't want to take the Ring of Uri-Hur off. Even though I don't care about Aralek or MR, the +2 decks is important, because Mummy Death Curses can hit our stats, and we don't want to drop to 0 dexterity. I'm thinking of putting extra RF on, because we potentially can pair Immolation and Apocalypse while we're down here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's put extra RF on instead of +3 evasion. You're not really worried too much about evading attacks in here. It's only really the Bennu and maybe things like Reapers. You care more about smites. And now I'm half... we could go down. We've got blinking scrolls, so we could be blinking around. I'm also half tempted just to teleport and then maybe see where we end up. Now that we know there's Bennu running around, we took out only one greater mummy, so there are still a lot of those dudes around. Yeah, let's try teleport. We've got all these blinking scrolls. I'm going to haste though again, and actually I'm going to might up again. So might, haste, agi probably doesn't matter. Let's read the telly. I can always read it again if I come down like this and I decide I want to stay. I think maybe I do because there's nothing here right now. So I'm going to read another teleport. It's going to cancel it. Oh, here's the Bennu. This looks like a decent immolation apocalypse though, does it? We get one greater mummy and one Bennu. We're fast and might, we can probably fight him. And there's a revenant as well who also has Dispel Undead. Okay, I think I like this. Let's read immolation. Let's go apocalypse. Okay, cool. Oh, the Bennu's immune to fire, so he actually doesn't care at all on his second go around. Alright. Okay, so that went pretty well. I mean, we're exhausted now, so we've lost access to our GhWr abilities. Here's another Bennu. Well, let's read Fog. So at least while we're fighting this Bennu, we're not being smote by the Greater Mummy as well. So if this goes really bad, which it's not, we're still haste and might. Okay, good. We're not... yeah. Alright, I'm liking this. We've got double Greater Mummies. That's okay, we're still haste and might. So we're chunking through them. I'm watching our exhaust to make sure, to check when we're going to get our GhWr abilities back. And this is a bunch of nonsense. So this looks like another good immolation. I'm just going to read that. Oh, we convulse. That guy didn't explode. There we go. Why aren't they all exploding? Where's my chain explosion? That was meant to be a kaboom. That was meant to be an earth-shattering kaboom. Alright, we're starting to sort of die here. A bunch of those guys did Dispel Undeads, but we seem to have got rid of the welcoming party, so we can just casually stroll back to the upstairs here. And I'd really love to find the Zigfig. If it's in this room, it's not, unlucky. The Zigfig is one of the best escape tools in the entire game, so if we could grab that, that would make us much safer. I'm going to run to the other room to find it. There it is. I'll feel much better about our situation when I've got it. There we go, we got it. So if you don't know how this thing works, it takes one turn to make a ziggurat entrance on the tile you're standing, and then another turn to go into it. And when you do that, monsters can't follow you. So you can be in a super sketchy situation, and this will let you escape from it. And you're escaping onto level 1 of a Zig, which most of the time isn't too threatening. You could get unlucky and meet a Panlord or something like that, but most of the time it'll just be, you know, a couple of Hydras or something. And so, yeah, it's like a second life almost. As long as you don't wait till the last second to use it. Staff of Poison, fantastic. We've got a ring of evasion. This might be better than the +3 evasion ring that we've been carrying around. It's not, it's +2. Man, we've got the macabre finger necklace and we can't even put together 2 rings that are worth using, let alone 3. Oh no, we've blundered into a Zot trap. Fortunately we didn't get paralyzed. it looks like we've more or less done Tomb. Greater Mummies have stopped turning up. Let's check this helmet. Let's see invis. It's pretty much guaranteed that we're not casting spells at this point. Even if I went all out Earth Magic and Transmutation, I don't think we'd get passable castable by the end of the game. So let's ditch +2 int. Let's have a C invis helmet so that way I can stop being annoyed by invis monsters. I don't care about a short bow. +5 int. Hey, I'll carry that around with us just in case we're going to get stat drained for our int for some reason. The whip snake bite. All this gold that we can't spend. I could ditch 2 points of shield to get 5 extra in, and maybe we could cast passable if I did that. We'd have 17 in. It's probably just not worth the effort. We've got Power Leap, so that's a pretty... Oh, that's suddenly 3 Greater Mummies. This is an apocalypse time if I've ever seen one. Good. It seemed like this Tomb 3 was pretty light on Greater Mummies. They were all hanging out up here. Oh, here's another one. I probably, too late now, but I probably should have just gone back upstairs and come back to fight him with full HP. Too late. Yeah, really scary to have a Death Scarab running around randomly near a Zot Trap. Can paralyze you. Okay, I regret my decisions there. That was bad, but we didn't get punished, luckily. Oh yeah, I was saying, so on the Orb Run, Power Leap is a pretty good way to get away from Panlords. Man, these guys just went absolutely nuts with the Dispel Undeads there. So you probably don't need to rely on Pass Wall, as good as Pass Wall is. Okay, there's the 6th rune, that's our Tomb Rune. That is our second challenge for this week, although technically the first challenge. So that's going to give us an extra point up to 88, which puts us into second above Pedro Tolo, because the first tiebreaker goes by your weekly bonuses. We've got 17, it's going to become 18 when this one updates. He's got 16, so we're in second. If we can win the game, first place. Alright, pressure's on. Win the game and we win the 20. Yeah, that's correct. Alright, fingers crossed. I hope you're all doing your pray emojis right now. I don't know. I don't need pray emojis. That's probably more relevant in a life or death situation. Okay, so Zot 5. Let's check our selling list. It's probably worth... Yeah, we don't really care about that stuff. Let's check if there are any potions for sale anywhere. Just ones we're carrying. And the Potion of Heal Wounds, which is inside this vault, I think we just go in. We just apocalypse it. We don't know how to get out of here. Because we cheated to get in. So the way that we do this is we read a teleport scroll. We go through the up hatch, which is this one. It will take us into this hallway, but then the teleport will almost certainly take us outside, and then we leave. Okay, good. It didn't take us into the hallway, I lied. So we're going to go to that Heal Wounds potion. I mean, we've got 7 already. Oh, we don't know how to get there. Yes, find me the hill winds. Take me to here. We'll just walk in, we'll just apocalypse that stuff, and then we'll steal their potions. I could preemptively read a teleport just in case, and I need to stop flying because there's a Titan. So I could go in, apocalypse them all, and then teleport out. Yeah, we've got 20 teleportation scrolls, we may as well. Teleport, we'll go in, we'll apocalypse, and then teleport out. And then we can just run back. So now we've got our apocalypse ready again. Although I don't really want to because it's just going to drain us. We're just going to fight this stuff. Getting the Titan first because he's the scarier one there. And we'll put down this Minotaur Berserker Ghost. That's how you conquer your fear of dying to Minotaur Berserker Ghosts. You just fight lots of them. I'm going to sneeze. Muted it just in time. that one came quickly without much warning. I saved you. All you headphone users. All we've got now is ZOT5 to do. Let's check our loadout, make sure that I'm not doing anything stupid. We've got on the rings we want. Maybe we should have the extra RF on at all times, but if we see an orb of fire, we can always switch to that RF ring over +3 evasion. If we see ancient liches, we can switch to having extra MR. And that's about it. Okay. On to ZOT5. We're not taking the hatch down. We're going to magic map and X out the stairs. I don't like this ZOT5. It's a really small area outside, so it means if we ever need to teleport while we're in the lungs, or say we hit a teleport trap out here and get brought into the lungs, our chances of landing outside are pretty low. We're going to keep landing in there. You'd rather have a really big outside area. Oh, outplayed. He blinked behind me in my kill hole so that I couldn't fight them one-on-one. We're trying to pick up the glowing cloak, which we want to test. Plus there are poison resistance. No, not that one. A +2 cloak of invis. Oh, I like that one. The red. Oh, that's the purple one. Wait, I liked the red one. That matched our shoes. Yeah, that looks better. We got a gold and red theme going on. Let's check this hatch up. Oops. Is Shatter's the only spell on our spell list to learn? Oh dear. I don't think we're shattering this game for some reason. We have Aralek at all times, so this guy's not too scary. Good. Fighting Orb Guardians one-on-one when we have 37 shield is pretty easy. Okay, so I'm going to go Shift X Control F, and I don't think we're going to meet much out here because this is so small. Here's an Orb of Fire. Let's get out of view so we can put on our extra RF ring. We've only got 2 might potions, so I think we don't have to worry. And I guess 6 potions of haste is still plenty, so until we start running out, I may as well take the extra precaution by hasting up beforehand. Where did he go? He's juking us. He must have seen us because we gave away stealth. How did he not see us? I'm hasted, dude. Don't juke me when I'm hasted. There he is. Let's Apocalypse. So we slowed it. And we'll just fight it. Okay, good. That wasn't too bad. As long as we don't meet too many orbs of fire, we can actually haste against all of them. I say that, but then we're probably going to meet 20 of them. Oh, you know what I want to do? Because this is a really small Zot that probably has an enormous amount of enemies in the lungs. I want to go find some noise scrolls. No items found, only useless items. Well, they're not useless to me. Oh, right. That's where the fear scroll is. Look at that, that multitasking there, coughing while traveling through hatches. Okay, let's get those scrolls of noise and head back to Zot 5. This might seem like a bit of a head scratcher, but the thing that we're doing here is making... we made a huge amount of noise with Apocalypse earlier, but still. So what we're going to do is walk up towards these lung entrances and we're going to read our scroll of noise. So we're hopefully going to alert enemies. One, they might just run out, but two, enemies that awaken in the lungs here might hit permanent teleport traps and get teleported out to us. Like this. The Storm Dragon appeared from thin air. So it's telling us there's a permanent teleport trap at least somewhere in there. Another orb of fire. I've just got the RF ring on. That's probably should just keep it on. Okay, and we did that without haste. Apocalypse, pretty strong ability. Okay, against... Wait, what type is he? He doesn't have paralysis. I don't really care if he hits me with a 14% banishment chance, so I'm not going to put extra MR on. I'll do a bit of yelling. Actually, I'm going to do one more check with Shift X Control F to see that there aren't more things out here, like this Ancient Lich. Let's put on the MR. We don't yet know what this one has. Did he paralyze himself? He did. So he did have paralysis. He redirected it at himself. Classic. Our shield's at 22. We've been training this all game. We're not going to make it. We've done 6 runes including Tomb and we're still not going to make it to 25 to get rid of our shield penalty. We're getting close to getting 1 skill to 27, which is unarmed combat. That feel when you have mummy aptitudes. Alright, so hang on. Deal with this gentleman first. Oh, we got another orb of fire. Who's not noticing us, despite the fact that we gave away stealth. Oh, he's noticed us now. Yeah, but based on how the other fights have gone, I think we can just Apocalypse and then kill him. Okay, he's slowed again. We've got 2 pips of RF, so I think we just punch him. We've got almost 27 claws, so we do a lot of damage. Although if he's gonna unslow, we're not damaging this one. Alright, we're good. Yep, there's definitely perma-tele traps in there somewhere with all these monsters turning up. Let's do another scope around. There's no hurry here. We're so close to winning the tournament that to rush it and then just mess up due to not wanting to do the trivial optimal things in here. Would be a shame. Alright, so I keep getting distracted, but now we've walked up to the lungs here. I'm going to read one of my scrolls of noise to make a huge amount of noise, wake up anything that's in here, and hopefully it either filters out or it hits teleport traps. Yep, like here's an ancient lich. Marking my scrolls of noise as useless. Devs, why do you mark them as useless? They're very useful, as we can see. Oh, did I not X that out properly? Oh, because you could run around the other side. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to scope around the outside, not run into the lungs. Alright, let's test the other side the same way. Ooh, permanent telly trap there. A Zot trap on this side. One of the nice things about GhWr and Power Leap is that you can leap over traps like this. But I mean, you don't know what's in that room. So if you leap in, you no longer have access to Apocalypse. You also don't want to be fighting enemies while they're running over the Zot trap and potentially paralyzing you. So we're going to read our noise. And then before anything turns up and steps on the Zot trap in our vision, we're going to step back. And nothing came. Alright, let's check. Shift X, Control F. Just make sure there's nothing else out here. Alright, so, well, we're not going to go that way. We're going to go in this way. Alright, another Orb of Fire. Who, again, is not noticing us. Please, don't step on the Zot trap. I don't want that to happen. This one, because there's potentially a bunch of other stuff in here, and he's just made a lot of noise, and also we're going to make a lot of noise with Apocalypse, I'm going to haste this one, just in case there's a bunch of stuff coming. And I think we've got 8 heal wounds potions. I'm just going to quaff one to get back up near full HP to begin this fight. Okay, we Apocalypse. This guy, the Orb of Fire doubts its magic when faced with the ultimate truth. I wonder if that means it's anti-magicked. It doesn't look like it. But he did not get slowed or paralyzed, so he's in fighting shape. I'm going to see if I can get an acid shot on him. Yeah, and here's the other Orb of Fire. That's what I suspected was about to happen. Alright, let's Might, let's Resistance, and let's Agi. And I think we can just fight them. If we're Haste, Might, Agi, Resist. Yeah. And in doing so, we master unarmed combat. I'm going to read a fog scroll. So in closing to us, he's not going to just decide to instead stand there and bolt to fire us 4 times in a row. Good. That's pretty reassuring that we can just fight 2 orbs of fire like that. While we're still buffed, I'm just going to run towards... Actually, that's maybe a mistake because... I don't know, what's better, being buffed or having access to Apocalypse? Probably having Apocalypse, so yeah, okay, I regret that decision. It's alright. We're still Might, Haste, Agi, Resist, so we can just fight this Orb of Fire. And again, we're going to keep running in. Oh, we're slowed. Okay, at this point, I just want to wait. Oh, we got it. We've got access again. Okay, so we've got our GhWr Apocalypse back. We want to try to break up these Orb Guardians as much as possible. So as soon as I see one, I'm going to run back. I'm holding my breath. I don't know why. We should be okay here. I'm really scared. I guess it's a very high stakes Zot 5. Oh, and killer clowns leave chunks potentially. Didn't. I feel like we should be focusing fighting for just a little bit of extra HP. So, I mean, at this point, a tiny bit of extra hit points is probably not going to be the difference between life or death, but you never know. Alright, now we could grab this and just run out, but I think I'd prefer to use my teleport out of Zot 5 strat. I think that's a lot safer. Although, this one will be kind of hard to teleport out, we talked about that. It's a small area outside. Still. Even if we just teleport closer to the exit, say down here somewhere. We did get some chunks out of that guy. Whole bunch of throwing nets for our troubles and some GhWr that I never use. We're going to do one last check. Shift X Control F just to make sure there's nothing else outside. Oh no, we have blundered into a Zot trap and we've been sent to Abyss 5. Traps. See devs, this is why I fully cleared Zot 5 and I'm just doing one last run around just to make sure that there aren't any more enemies there, and then we hit a Zot trap and get Abyss. If I had been marking my tiles, we would have stuck to the ones we had already explored, and this would never have happened. This is a really great example. I don't play optimally. I get banished to Abyss 5 when we've literally cleared Zot 5. Oh man. Alright, well if I die now, I'm gonna be the saltiest person you've ever seen. We should generate exits relatively rapidly because we've already got the rune. If I see anything even remotely dangerous, I'll just teleport. But man, this is certainly something. Being banished to Abyss 5 when you were just doing one last final check to make sure you're ready for the orb run. I mean, at least this means that we found this Zot trap before the orb run, so this didn't happen when we had the orb and we'd be potentially spamming Panlords, but still, this is something. Oh boy. What an absurd thing. That's our exit. Alright, so I didn't have to quit the game because I'm super salty, but man, that is not something that should happen here. And this is why we do it, because maybe there are orbs of fire that are still running around. We have 4 haste still. I don't know that we're going to use 4 haste on the orb run, I doubt it. But I think we can probably just fight this one orb of fire now that we know. Oh, we even paralyzed it. Okay, that was easy. Now that we know that there's probably not much else on this floor, it's just going to be one orb of fire and that's it. One more last check. Alright, we're good. I think we're ready to orb run. I'm going to eat so that we're not approaching hungry status and we're going to start getting drained. HP drain on the orb run. Decide what jewelry I want. I think I think the best play would probably be to have the magic resistance ring on. So we have 4 pips of MR. So we don't just face some Panlord who's got a super high power paralysis and just die to it. I mean, if we see a Firestorm Panlord, I'll put extra RF on. But yeah, I think the MR is just the safe play, even over the +3 extra evasion, just to make sure we don't have a paralysis death. 4 pips of MR? Yep, alright. The only thing between us right now and the Crawl Sudden Death Challengers tournament is this orb run. Here we go. Okay, we didn't get a great teleport. I could leap over this Zot trap or I could just step on it. It probably is not too dangerous to just step on it so that we can keep our brew abilities. I have to type yes. Alright, it was just a fire explosion, not too scary. Alright, and we're just going to GhWr. We've made it out of Zot, that's pretty amazing thus far. GhWr to depths 3. Depths 2. We did take that hatch. Up to depths 1, where's our exit? It's up in that top corner. Hell Sentinel. We really don't want to mess with him. How much haste do we have left? 4. I think if we just... Oh, that's a Tomahawk. Oh, need to pay attention to what I'm quivering. On the orb run, we're going to want to be throwing nets. So let's quiver our nets. Let's net him. And then... I think we just run away like this. We're going to net him one more time. And then we're going to pretend we're a Formicid. And we're just going to dig around the outside. We've got 36 digging, so this works. There's a Sitsamal who has... it has the spell Undead. So I think our play here is we again net it. And we just leave. Alright. I'm gonna cool play that. We netted a Hell Sentinel a few times and a Sitsamal with 0.6 throwing skill. Pretty cool. GhWr. D13. This is, I'm usually always scared on all runs, but this is up there with the most scared I've been in a very long time. D9. Our first Panlord, but we happen to be standing on the upstairs, so we just leave. D4, we've got a Brimstone Fiend. We've got 3 throwing nets left, so we make our throwing net play. In this case, so the Fiends will mostly try to escape from the nets, and that's what most enemies will do when they're being netted. But they can still technically cast spells, so he could still hit us with Damnation while he's in the net. So what I'm going to do is do a Scroll of Fog, so it means he's not going to damn us as we leave. Some random Crimson Imp. Up to D2. Up to D1. In a sec. Can we just dig in? Final boss Chaos Spawn. And Ifrit. I think we're doing it. Woo! Nice. Alright. We did it. We did it, everyone. Crawl Sudden Death Championship. First place. Pretty stoked. Net's OP. Yay! Alright. This was a really fun tournament. I've had a lot of fun bringing you these Sudden Death Challenges runs. I think they've been pretty well received, so I think you guys found them quite fun too. The challenges really made it quite interesting, and there's a reason for it, because you're doing it in a tournament setting. I don't really like doing conduct runs if I'm just doing regular crawl, because why am I doing it? I'm just punishing myself. But at least in a tournament, I don't know, you're being forced to be punished. So I don't know, it's more fun that way. I want to give a shout out to eBearing. He's the one who has hosted this Sudden Death Challenges tournament, or CSDC, I think that's it. Thank you for your hard work. I really enjoyed it. Probably enjoyed it more than regular release tournaments. Those are fun in their own way, but when you have 16 days where you're being pressured to just play 12 plus hours every day, it's too much. It's not fun. This was much more reasonable, where it's just one game per week. Yeah, so I hope you'll do it again in the future. Really, really enjoyed this tournament. And especially this last week, it was fully sick. You see what I did there? It was fully sick. Anyway, also shout outs to Hellmonk, especially in second, Pedrotolo, who's in third, and Joy as well. If you're watching this, I don't know if Joy's Korean, he's probably not watching this, but if you are, super hard luck dying trying to get your Ascetic Rune in the last round after not dropping a single point all tournament. I respect it, you were going for the win. If you had just done 10 points, in hindsight you would have won, because Hellmonk couldn't get his Ascetic Rune, and with my 10 you still would have beaten me. So that's bad luck, but I totally respect that you went for it. You went for the perfect tournament and for the guaranteed win, so bad luck. Any other shoutouts I wanted to make? I feel like there was something. Hang on. No, that was probably it. Well, I'll be having a little break while I get better from this flu. But I mean, I've recorded all of these games for this whole playthrough over 2 days while sick, so I'll get a bit of a break even while these release. But afterwards, we'll be going back to non-tournament games, I guess. I want to start working on World Crawl Association type things. We've been waiting for the end of the tournament. So project that will be beginning in the next few days might have already have begun by the time you see this. It is to introduce ratings to Crawl. So kind of like an ELO system where you can choose to rate your games, and if you do, depending on whether you win or lose and how difficult the combo that you chose is, you'll gain or lose points. And what's also kind of cool about that is that you'll be able to track rated games separately, so you can have meaningful win rates. For instance, you query my games. One, let's just say UV4, which is all my accounts together. You look at that and you say, okay, I've got a 5% win rate. I mean, is that meaningful in any way? It's mixing in all my real-time speedruns, all my turn count speedruns, or games where I was just doing wacky things like playing Troll Chaos Knights, trying to use giant spiked clubs. Whereas if I were able to actually mark my serious games, I'd be able to see what my real win rate is, where I'm actually trying 100% to win, no matter what. Anyway, so that should be fun. And there's a pretty fun game coming up that I've got planned next. I was going to do something else, but after this tournament came up and doing these tournament games, I think the one that I'm planning to play should be pretty interesting. It's a request from a viewer cosplay, and it's hands down the best cosplayer that I've seen yet. So be pumped for that one, because I'm telling you, this cosplay, we've had some good ones so far, but this one that's coming up is just completely off the scale. It's way too good, but you'll see. So that's going to be it. Ultraviolent Force signing out. Super happy to have won the tournament. Thank you for all you people, all you viewers who have wished me well and have supported me through it. I don't know, feels pretty good to have everyone. Okay, so in Australia, when we say rooting, oh wait, no, you say rooting to mean support. Okay, so yeah, it feels nice to have everyone rooting for me. All right, I had it in my head backwards. So in Australia, when we say root, to root something is not the same as it is for most of the rest of the world. I'll leave it up to you to find out what it means. Anyway, thanks to everyone for supporting me. Hope you had fun in this tournament. I certainly did. Super stoked to win. And I'll see you all for the next playthrough. We'll be going back to our streak, which is at, I don't remember how many games, but some respectable amount. Let me find out, because now I'm curious. You're just thinking, Ultra, just end the episode, you're just rambling. We've won 7, so we'll be going back to an 8-game win streak. Or will we? Because maybe the thing I've got planned isn't part of that. I'll leave it on that mysterious note. Bye.